I got it. Hey guys, we are over. You're keying up with a ton of interference, but we are over this pursuit here. We have it. Yes, I will put on the speedometer when we can. Let us know when we're streaming. Okay, we got it. Here we go. Wow, I gotta turn up the sensitivity here. Oh my God. This car is going so fast. Hey Jack, let us know when we're streaming or anything. Yes, we're still on the freeway. We're on the 605 southbound right now. Baldwin Park-ish. Whittier, we're in Whittier. Kill the freeway line, got it, yes. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'll kill the compass, 1 second. There. Got it. Yeah, a Charger or a Challenger. It's starting to get a death wobble a little bit. Oh, death wobble. It's not going to be able to correct it. It's shooting. It's crossing. Oh my goodness. He got off the gas and he saved the death wobble. Oh my goodness. We don't have a watt on this thing, but it was doing about 120 there when it hit the death wobble in that Dodge, as any Dodge driver might know what that feels like. But at 120, it's going to go. It's going to try and get off the 605 here. Okay, so if you're just joining us here in News Chopper 4, we have picked up a pursuit here southbound on the 605 that started at about, zoomed underneath us at about 120 miles an hour. It just narrowly avoided crashing at 120 miles an hour when it got the death wobble, actually, and just started swerving left to right in the middle there. And now we're cooking again, 125. This is one of the fastest pursuits I've covered yet. But again, this is now it's about Whittier or Santa Fe Springs. We are southbound on the 605. We don't know the want of this, but we do know CHP is handling it. The airship is overhead. There are ground units trying to keep up with it. But I'm going to zoom out here and show you just how fast this thing is going. It's put quite a bit of distance between itself and the next CHP unit. It's actually driving blacked out, as you can see. Oh, it just shot across to try and take that off ramp at the last second. It's going to have to stop. It's going to have to get a lot of speed down because that Dodge cannot make that turn that quick. So, okay, now it's coming up to, sorry, I got to zoom out here, Telegraph, and it just shot across Telegraph, right across. I guess it had a green light, almost losing it there. Doing 120 for that long in tires like that, you're going to start to compromise the integrity of the tire. So this car is really going to start flying across lanes because that tire is going to be red hot and have little to no traction because it's definitely not made to run at 120. I don't even know if the CHP unit's going to be able to keep up with it at this speed, but you see, as soon as it puts on the brakes, it can't even go straight almost. You just see it wobble and wobble and wobble. Now we're going wrong way. It's out of control there. Now we're into a store parking lot. Again, no traction on those wheels. He might even have a flat tire, but that's also what's going to happen when you get those tires heated up. They're just going to be like driving on ice. Now we're almost in what looks like an industrial zone here. We're going to get back on Telegraph. I think it's Telegraph. Give me a second just to pull up the road so I have a little bit of bearing. Yes, we are on Telegraph. If this pursuit keeps up those speeds, just narrowly misses hitting that truck. This car is going to have no traction. It's going to be like it's driving on ice if we're going to keep up these high speeds. We're doing 80 miles an hour on a surface street. Let's try and zoom out here and see right through that red light at 70. Right through that red light at 70. This is weaving through the streets of Whittier, but we're coming up on the 605 here, just past the commitment for the 605 northbound. So the only option is 605 southbound, but we just passed that. You see that CHP unit just waiting there. Now, this car was going blacked out for a while with no lights on, but we see that the lights are on now, driving on a lot darker of streets right through that green. That map has it right there, 96 miles an hour. That's how fast this car is going on a surface street here in Whittier, Pico Rivera area. We're still on Telegraph. The car's slamming on the brakes. You just see how little control the driver has of that car when they put on the brakes. It just wants to scream to the left and the right. It just wiggles almost. So we're going to try and take the right lane here. Huge brake slam, trying to get across there right. Now the lights are off again. And we are on Cheney Avenue. Lights off, Cheney Avenue, 55 miles an hour through this neighborhood. Let's see, they've reached a cul-de-sac. They've got to make a decision here. They're going to get it in reverse. But we might have CHP units coming in. My pilot, Jim Pollard, is telling us they might be blocking them in. CHP unit right there might try to stop it. Both units he's able to get by. Lights are off. This Dodge is just going to try and plow its way through here. Oh, and they took out a fire hydrant too. And now the car's almost smoking. That car might be on fire when we cut back to it. Now the suspect's going to start running on foot. We're on foot here, Telegraph Road. You see a CHP unit right there. This person's not really going to have anywhere to go. They're going to try and cut back. Let's see what they try and do here. They're trying to run back towards the car. They're going to run into the parking lot of what appears to be either a building or an apartment unit. You see a CHP officer there in foot pursuit against right at 9252 Telegraph. Oh, and it looks like they're going to get him. And that will bring this to an end. That suspect is apprehended here by CHP. So that is an end to a pursuit that was incredibly reckless, incredibly dangerous, that saw speeds almost at 130 miles an hour for the majority of the pursuit while it was on freeways. This thing was out of control. This thing was so fast. You see more CHP units closing in. I mean, look at the mess this thing has caused here at the end. The car is smoldering. A fire hydrant got sheared off. So this is going to take a while to clean up. But as you can see, the pursuit aspect has ended here in Whittier, but the cleanup for what the aftermath of this pursuit has caused has just begun. So we'll start to try and poke around here. I said when we came back to that car, it might be on fire. It's smoking, but it's not on fire yet. But you can see the fire hydrant trapped underneath the fender there, the front fender. There's the suspect. CHP was able to get them in handcuffs pretty quick, taking them to the back of that patrol car there. We'll zoom out, show you again the whole scene here. I mean, this car was doing 125 for pretty sustained amount of time. By the time they got onto the surface streets, that tire had little to no integrity. The tire had to have been in the 200, 250, 300 degree Fahrenheit range, because when they got on the side streets, it was like that car was on ice. The tires were completely overheated. It was skirting left to right, and that driver was still trying to do 70, 80 miles an hour on these surface streets. And then the second they got trapped in that cul-de-sac. So, quick message from the desk. That's it. That's the scene here in Whittier. That's going to be the end of this thing, but it looks like, obviously, it's going to go on quite a while here, the investigation and the cleanup. Thank you for joining us in News Chopper 4. I'm going to check in with the assignment desk. I was Josh Kuzo. My pilot was Jim Pollard, and we were right here in the area when this thing started happening. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to check in with my assignment desk.
Oh, no.
We have a suspect running. Oh, this is going to be close.
To watch more heart-stopping car chases happening across Southern California, subscribe here. Thanks for watching. The Chase is on.